Ooh, fresh pavement. Let's do a 0 to
Hello,
60.
this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're in a 2016 Fiat 500X. This is the newest in the Fiat brand. This just entered the market this year, actually. You may also know its twin, the Jeep Renegade. And I say twin very loosely. They're kind of like paternal twins, not really. Anyway, won't get into that part. Um, I'm going to do a fairly thorough interior review here because we haven't seen this car before. It is brand new. So, starting over here, you can see the usual Fiat look. So they have it's the round handles and a lot of curve and a lot of style, I guess is the way to put it. This is your mirror adjustment. Here's your windows here and door locks down here. This one's equipped with automated headlights. This is the trekking model, and here you have your dimmers and so forth. And the first of the vents. The vents are one of my small bones of contention in this car, and I'll show you why this one's not a good illustration of it. Then down here you can see there's a footrest down there, and then the pedals. This is the automatic transmission. I believe that's the only option for this car. Looking at the steering wheel, you're seeing a lot of Chrysler Dodge here. These are the controls for the smart screen right there. Here are the telematics and voice activation. Over here you have cruise control, and then back here, here's your washer wipers and your lighting. Since most of the lighting is over there, this is mostly for your brights and your turn signals. And so let's just go right to the instruments. These are kind of sport bezels. We've seen these in a lot of cars before, and they're not very well centered compared to the steering wheel. From the driver's perspective, they're fine. These are a very, very good look, but from a camera's perspective, they're very hard to capture because of the way that they're designed. Very deep here and on an angle, which is a part of the problem. So this glass right here is actually on an angle like that, you can see. And so it creates a distortion on the screen here. That's why it looks a little bit funny. I'm having a hard time trying to capture it. So you have your speedometer here, you have fuel there, engine temperature there, water temperature, and down here is your mileage. And then this, you can see I've put 530 miles on this car. You can change this around with those buttons on the steering wheel. This has a fair amount of information. If you're familiar with Chrysler products and the kind of information you can get here, then it's the same. And over there is a tachometer. Not sure why you would need that in a car like this, but there you go, it's there. Moving along, over here we have the infotainment. This is a very basic Uconnect system, but it does have all of the expected goodies, I think is the way to put it, with one very notable exception. One of the things you're going to expect from a $26,000 car is a backup camera. This has none. To me, that's a bit of an oversight because the Renegade at the same price point has one. So, but you have most of the basic things you expect. You have your you can plug your phone in or your media player in USB or set up Bluetooth. You have all of the more or less the expected. There is no nav on this, but honestly, how often do you actually use your in-car nav, really? Okay, so you have traction control here, your hazard lights here, and this one's empty. Now the vents. These are the center vents for the center stack, and they're fairly easy to adjust and stuff. The problem is that for this car, they're just slightly too small. The Renegade has those great round vents, and they're just much better at blowing air. This is just kind of an afterthought almost in the way it works, and it just doesn't blow very much air for more than one passenger. If you have if you have a couple of people just in the front seat and that's it, these are fine. But once you put people in the back seats, these just aren't pumping out enough volume to warm or cool the entire car. So down here are your climate controls. Pretty basic and straightforward. You turn them on and off here, so if you want to just shut everything off, that's convenient right there. You have auto, so you can set your stuff. This does have dual climate, so you can set it on either side and sync it right there. And I'll try to get this camera to do a better job of focusing. And so, like I said, it's all pretty straightforward. Down here you have your bun warmer controls. There's a steering wheel. And then here's your auxiliary plugs. Convenient spot for them, because this right here is where I've been dropping my phone. It has a nice rubber bottom and you can just drop things right in there, no problems. There's also a 12-volt plug down there. Here you have the shifter with the signature Fiat leather wrap and all that other good stuff. The leather boot and wrapping. Very simple, nothing complicated about that. Here are the transmission or something controls. Anyway, most of the time it's going to be on normal right here. You also have sport mode, which changes your vectoring just a little, gives you a little more RPM before it shifts gears, but not noticeable. This is a 2.4 liter Tiger Shark in this one, and it gives you a little bit, but not enough that I would say you should shift into that very often. It's probably not going to make enough of a difference that you're going to care. This, however, is different. Here's your snow and rain and blah blah weather mode. That is useful. Flip it over there, and the all-wheel drive and traction control become a little more aggressive, and gives you a little bit more stability. And yeah, it just there we go. It just feels good. I like it. I've used it a few times this week. Here's your drink holders. Here's your electronic parking brake. This has a specific leatherette and cloth interior. I really like these seats. These feel really good, and you don't move around in them. And the bolsters are just about right for the car. Sorry, these are dirty, but just about right for the car. Note there is no sunglass holder, so I had to kind of just put them. Those drink holders are very useful. There's one on either door, and they're nice and big. You can get a big 1 liter pop in there, whatever. Same in the back. Those doors have almost the same size pocket. Then you have your European glove box here. Better get that out. And this has a cooler in it. You can see there, so you can throw a water bottle or whatever in here, and if you have the air conditioning on, it also blows in here. Down here you have your standard American throw all your crap in their box. And here you have the center console, another USB plug, decent sized in there, and the back seats. This is a compact crossover, so the back seats are very small. They're big enough that small adults can fit back there, or a small adult in front and larger people in the back. The roof line is fairly good, but you will run into some head spacing, I guess, issues if you are taller. I am 6'3", and I'm scraping just barely touching the roof with my head. Also, note a couple of other things. Sorry for the sunlight. Note a couple of other things back there. There is no, say, drink holders. There's no center armrest, anything. Those seats are split fold, 60/40. And the cargo area is decent size in this. I like the accessibility it has. It's a good cargo space. And like the Renegade, the floor of that cargo space can drop, is adjustable. So you can pull the floor out, drop it down, pick it up, put it back up, and even raise it a little bit above. So some decent ergonomics in this car. It's a very good first-time car, and it will sell well because it has that bug-eyed European look that women just seem to love. I like the look of the car, but the look of the car has some drawbacks, like that headroom back in the back seat there. It drives well, feels good. This is a decent car. But there are some caveats, and there are some things that I would like to see changed, just to make it a little bit more ergonomic. So that's about it. I screwed that all up. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So this has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com in a 2016 Fiat 500X. Talk to you again soon.